time. Punching his, dropping bombs.
On Fox Sports, and we're here for Warriors Way 24. I'm Jordan Ballerini and I'm calling alongside Mark the Hammer Castanini. It's a big card ahead, Australia versus New Zealand, and I can't wait for the big card.
Yes, Jordan, absolutely stacked card, and geez, we've already had the preliminaries tonight, and they were quality from the outset. Every fight action-packed, every fight so skillful. All the fighters truly represented their gym so well, and I'm sure that's just a prelude to what we will see in the main card. Australia versus New Zealand. We've brought the A teams of both, and you cannot split the winners on these. Even the Ladbrokes, the odds have been hard pressed to separate the two combatants and give us a favourite in any of the fights. Back that up with a fantastic state title fight. Blake Gilbertson taking on Isaac Tomlinson. Isaac is a WBC state champion. Blade is the up-and-comer, and he wants a crack at the WMC title that they'll be vying for tonight. WMC title, of course, very prestigious. So let me tell you, Jordan, this is A-class all the way, this event.
Oh, this is a massive card. You're never going to see it again. Blade Gilbertson, he's a 19-year-old from Yarrawonga. He's fighting for the big title. Looking forward to that against Isaac Tomlinson. But look at this knockout, Stroud against Davies.
Again, in the preliminaries, mind you, a quality head kick KO. Well, the boy from the Boneyard in Torquay, that man there, Stroudy, getting a shin to the jaw, and what a win for him. Then we take on a couple of interstaters. Kate Van Staveren taking this fight against a tough Adelaide combatant in Illig. But Kate, all class from Absolute Gym, just doing the business in this one. So again, we reference these preliminary bouts and we talk quality, and just have a look at them as they roll on out.
Yeah, this one here, Somsarat Runkler from 18 Blades Gym. Really good victory here, a unanimous decision victory over Small, but looking towards the top end of the card. And what I'm looking forward to is Jen Hong from Morocco Gym against Joey Bailon from the Philippines.
I'll tell you, there's going to be fireworks in that one. Joey and Jen. Jen, a huge crowd support, of course, based in Australia now. And just bringing the numbers through the doors in support of him. So the crowd are going to be loud and cheering for the Aussie in that one. But Joey Bailon as well is a well-versed Kiwi, King of the Ring former champion, and I can bet you that he's certainly going to bring the fireworks as well.
Then we look at the main event. So we've got Alexi Petroulias against Sam Hill from City Kickboxing New Zealand, and I'm looking forward to that. But you look at the sort of start of the card here between Ramsbottom and Kavanagh, and this was a good quality fight, Hammer.
A great fight all the way. The main event's going to be a cracker, and let's now go to John Demicoli, who's going to do the official opening.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Doncaster Shopping Town Hotel, right here in the sporting capital of the world, Melbourne, Australia. My name is John Demicoli. It's an honour and a pleasure to be your MC for this evening. On behalf of Mark the Hammer Castanini and the entire team, we welcome you here tonight on behalf of Gasoline Alley to Warriors Way number 24. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we take it old school. It's New Zealand versus Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 5, fighting out of the blue corner, Nathaniel Rowdy Williams.
If you're sexy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're sexy and you know it, say oh yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, Cahal Lee. Round one.
Here we are, round one. Cahal Lee, he's had 6 fights already, 4-2. He's coming up against Nathaniel Willis with 3 fights himself, but this is going to be a good quality fight, Hammer, in the featherweight division.
Yeah, well, Nathaniel, geez, he looks 12 years old, but he is a well-experienced Queensland fighter based on the Gold Coast from the Strikeforce gym, trained by Mark Pease, and Cahal from Immersion, trained by Keith Grant. These two guys are very lightweight. We're talking 54 kilos, but geez, they pack a lot of power for their size and some great Muay Thai skills to boot. At the moment, Nathaniel, he's a little bit of a slow starter, but Cahal's, certainly on a hot streak at the moment, doing very well. He's actually been down at Hammers, done some sparring, and our usual Friday night sparring go around, and he mixes it up with the likes of River Daz, and he's got in and worked a bit with Ramesh, two guys that are now on the international circuit. Ramesh, of course, recently winning the Lion Fight World title in Las Vegas. So a big congratulations to Ramesh Habib on that awesome win, representing Australia proudly over there. And River Daz also doing well on the Glory Series all around Europe. So two guys that are formerly Warriors Way regulars now doing us proud on the world scene. And of course, as I was mentioning, Cahal mixing it up a lot with those guys in the sparring. But take nothing away from Nathaniel Willis, Strikeforce gym, one of the most established gyms on the Gold Coast. Mark Pease, the big boss man there, and he produces quality, and we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, we're seeing that right now, but at the moment you've got Cahal Lee on the front foot, and Nathaniel Willis isn't throwing too much. He's sort of backpedaling towards the ropes, Mark the Hammer Castanini.
I think he's found the power of Cahal. Cahal working those body shots nicely too, dipping left hand to the ribs, finding the mark a couple of times. And Nathaniel trying to cut with the elbows on the inside.
Great work there from Cahal, though, to the body, and that brings an end to the first round there.
The end of
just
round
nailed that
number
body shot
one.
right at the end.
Here we go to the second round here.
Round
Cahal
two.
Lee in the red trunks if you just joined us, and in the blue trunks, Nathaniel Willis, the 19-year-old. His nickname is Rowdy, and both boys are letting go in centre ring here, using some kicks to the inner sort of part of the leg there is Nathaniel Willis, but at the moment Cahal Lee sort of using his size, trying to sort of get his opponent onto the ropes, but good stuff there from Nathaniel Willis.
Yeah, Nathaniel is willing. He's got a big heart. As I said, he looks like he's 12, 13 years of age, but of course 18, 19 years old, and of course a pro fighter from Queensland. He's got a fairly solid record, but Cahal at this point may not have had as many fights as Nathaniel, but geez, he's certainly dominating in the red corner, to the body, to the head, mixing it up. Nathaniel trying to get out of harm's way, catches the elbow, side of the head from Cahal.
Yeah, he's down on the canvas here, and the referee is counting down here. And at the moment, I think that Nathaniel Willis may be in a bit of trouble. We'll see how he recovers, Hammer. Here we go.
Nathaniel going forward. He knows he's got to make up those lost points now. Quality left hook there from Willis, but Cahal to the body he goes. And down goes Nathaniel Willis. Geez, there's nothing like crippling body shot. The mind is willing, but the body is not, as he gets another count there from Trevor Lawler.
Yeah, that was a vicious body shot there from Cahal Lee, the man from Immersion Gym in Glen Waverley, and he's on fire here. Throws the right hand up top, and then beautiful leg kick there to the face region of Nathaniel Willis, and another ripping body shot, and that's good night, Charlie. Cahal Lee wins via second round stoppage, and he moves to 5-2 in his professional career. But that's where it all started, the elbow, Hammer.
Definitely was a nice elbow work from Cahal, but Nathaniel just overwhelmed by the solid work rate and constant pressure from Cahal Lee. All proved too much in the end for Nathaniel, but I'm sure he'll be back to fight another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 33 seconds. Your referee, Trevor Lawler, put a stop to this contest, declaring a winner via TKO. Red corner, Cahal Lee.
Great win for Cahal.
Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 9 on the card, fighting out of the blue corner, Elsa Lijan Hufford.
Elsa from Southside Muay Thai, like many of the other girls tonight. Southside
ladies and gentlemen, her opponent fighting out of the red corner, the Lioness, Joanne La.
Joanne La from 8 Blades, as the big sign tells us in the background, steps over the ropes. And she's, again, another close matchup on the books. We'll see how it all plays out.
Round 1.
Here we go, this bantamweight contest, female bantamweight contest between Joanne La in the red trunks, coming up against Elsa Legend Hufud from Sweden, born in Uppsala, a city near Stockholm. And looking forward to seeing the traveller, who is 25 years of age and trains out of the Southside Muay Thai gym in South Australia.
Exactly, interstate matchup, Victoria versus South Australia. This one, of course, the Victorian in the red, Joanne La, very popular local female fighter she is. She's got a great record and very skillful in all aspects of her Muay Thai game. Can fight at any range quite comfortably, Joanne. Solid in the clinch, works nicely on the outside as we're seeing now. Elsa trying to get that pressure going forward. She's willing to mix it up, but Joanne counter-fighting nicely at this point, at least.
Yeah, Joanne got the 10-3 record, but yeah, she's quite comfortable to sort of be off the back foot, but sort of counter-punch and use those leg kicks. She uses a varying style, and she's got a wide skill set.
She certainly has. Once again, they tangle in the clinch. Joanne a little bit dominant there, sort of turning Elsa, showing that she has great balance and control in that clinch, and takes her down. And that scores really well on the scorecards. For the uninitiated, the takedowns when the judges are watching and scoring the rounds, geez, they put a fighter in good stead. Again, Joanne just chopping at the leg kick, circling out, but fighting well at range, Jordan.
Yeah, fighting well at range. She's using the push kick to sort of keep your opponent at bay and keep a little bit of distance between her opponent, but a nice left hook followed by a right hand there, and she's using that push kick to great effect, but the Swedie's coming forward. She's an aggressive sort of fighter.
She is. Working the levels well nicely. Beautiful push kick from Joanne. And again, the push kick, one of the most understated techniques in the standing combat sports. So it's a great distance maker and breaker. So you can work forward or backwards off the push kick. And Joanne's combining her levels and hands well. So she push kicks and then overlaps the punch as well. Straight and round technique all combined beautifully. Another push kick to the stomach there from her. Sticky jab. Elsa coming forward. She needs to be mindful, I suppose, be a little bit more defensive going forward. Maybe fake a little and not be so predictable, because Joanne's now picking that she's just running onto the punches. So she's just sitting on that back foot and letting her come on.
Yeah, at the moment she's one-dimensional, the Swede, just coming forward, not throwing too much behind it and seeming a little gun shy, just keeping her hands up high, and that leaves the openings for the body shots and also the kicks to the midsection. But here we go, Joanne lighting her up, and there's blood coming out of the nose here for Elsa. And the crowd is up in unison here for Joanne. She's definitely a fan favourite at Doncaster.
Got a huge support, Joanne. This fight 3x3 rounds, which is also full tie rule, so the elbows and knees will come into play if the ladies need to employ them. And big thank you to CCM Insurance for their support of this bout.
Comfortable first round there for Joanne. She takes it 10-9. Here we are, second round action.
2.
Bantamweight contest, 53 kilograms. And for me, Joanne has taken the first round. Hammer, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Joanne at this point, even though she's fighting off the back foot, she's had that takedown. She's landing the cleaner shots. The push kicks are working a treat for her. And those long techniques as well, they're also very obvious for the judges to see. So it's not those small tight shots that one judge might see and another one will not. The long shots are quite obvious, and it's like, okay, well that landed and that landed and that landed. So when the judges come to accumulating their scorecards, it's quite a simple task for them to give it to the fighter that's showing the clean technique.
So this is round number 2 of 3, and it's an all-important round here for me, for I feel the Swede Elsa, if she's going to get the victory, maybe this is the all-important round to take it.
Definitely, she really needs a big one, the girl from Adelaide. The Southside gym have had some good results in the preliminary bouts, and I'm sure Elsa wants to do well here also.
You look at Joanne, her last fight was on the 2nd of March against Kiri Bradley, where she actually won that night, but she's looking to get a couple of wins on the trot here, and against Elsa, the international from Sweden.
Barry Saunders, the head coach at Southside Gym, He's got a great stable of female warriors there. They really love to travel and fight, and I take my hat off to him. He's a hard-working man, and he travels all over the country, and his girls always come to fight, as we're seeing here with Elsa. Joanne, all class, training out of 8 Blades gym now, and just putting it together nicely.
Yeah, look at the blood all across the face, spread out there for Elsa. But Elsa's last fight, she stays quite active. Her last fight was in September over in Adelaide. She got the victory that night, but she's looking to back it up here. But it's going to be a tough test because for me, I think Joanne La is the front runner in this fight.
Well, yeah, Elsa's just got blood pouring from her nose now, and just smearing all over her face. So they'll want to take care of that in between the rounds. Maybe sometimes it looks a lot worse than it actually is. A bit of a nosebleed and then the blood gets smeared all over the place. Not the ideal look, but it does make an impact, and not only on the judges, but then on the fighter. You know, I know when I was fighting and I saw my opponent started to bleed, it'd give me a bit of a pep up. It sort of gives you the justification that what you're doing is working, and it spurs you on to just keep going. So Joanne La will be seeing that now, and it'll be giving her that extra 5%, I reckon, as well.
It definitely gives you the motivation. You can see in her eyes here, she's like a shark, senses blood in the water. And we've got 25 seconds remaining in round number 2. She's using the kicks to great effect there to the outside of the thigh region. Beautiful, of Elsa.
Yeah. I like it. It's been a long time since I've seen someone use the push kick that well. And certainly Joanne is exhibiting great technique with that push kick. I like it. And I like the way that she's combining the hands over the push kick as well. There's Chris Newen in the corner there. Chris recently signed to one championship as well and had a great win as well. Chris Newen, the fighter that fought on the last Warriors Way event. So it's great to see the Warriors Way fighters going international.
Here it is,
third and
round number
round.
3. And Joanne La for me is 2 rounds to 0 up. So Elsa has all to do in this third and final round. She really needs a knockout for a victory, Mark the Hammer.
A knockdown at least to turn it around. But and you know, she's walking, as I said, she's walking forward. She's showing a lot of heart. She really is looking to make something happen. Perhaps get in the clinch, look to land an elbow. But Joanne La in the red shorts just a little bit too smart to let anything go awry at this point.
Yeah, pretty much she's a durable sort of opponent. She's in the face of her opponent. Really a sort of promoter's dream to really come up and make this sort of matchup.
Definitely. Look, they've certainly put on a show for the crowd. And geez, what a crowd we have. And a big thank you to all our sponsors tonight. In particular, from Queensland, Gasoline Alley, Rob and Ferg. If you're in the market for a Harley, go and see the boys at Gasoline Alley. They're absolute legends getting behind the sport. And they've supported a long time. So now summer's coming up. Get yourself a Harley, get out there, get on the road.
You definitely want to get a Harley, and on the way from the Doncaster Shopping Centre, she might be sort of travelling down her way with a Harley. But Joanne La on the front foot at this point in time, throwing the knees on the inside. Beautiful knees there to the hip region.
Just winding the knees up, rotating beautifully off the hip too as well. And there's the takedown. La now certainly surging ahead on the scorecards without a doubt. And Elsa really needs a knockout at this point, I'd say, to have any chance here. She's going to throw caution to the wind and go bombing with 1.5 minutes left, so half a round to go. Trevor Lawler, the man in centre ring from Sydney, he's travelled all the way down to Melbourne to officiate here. Trevor Lawler, one of the best in the business, so a big thank you to him for being a part of the show also.
Great kicks there to the sort of
inside thigh, beautifully
inside
done.
thigh.
Elsa comes forward. Joanne just measuring and keeping the distance just where she wants it, Jordan. She's using the push kick, the inside thigh. Elsa trying to throw the inside thigh also and roll the right hand, but luck giving her nothing. And again, just controlling distance, only engaging in the clinch when she wants to. Clever tactics from the red corner.
Yeah, definitely high IQ here from La, and you can see she hasn't taken too much damage. There's a little bit of sort of reddening on the cheekbone area, but other than that, really comfortable. Beautiful elbow there from La.
I think that reddening on her cheek is actually Elsa's blood that's just transitioned from the glove to her face. So I think La's going to get out of this one pretty unscathed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, beautiful elbow there, digging elbow to the forehead region there of Elsa. And there's not long remaining, 20 seconds left. In fact, beautiful jump punch there from Joanne. And the Vietnamese descent fighter is really performing well in centre ring, really lighting up her opponent here in the third round.
Yeah, look, she knows she's done enough, and she's putting on a technical display. Skip up, jump, push kick from La, beautifully done. Elsa, from the outset, showing so much heart so much grit.
That's
But
it,
this
the bout,
one, without a
ladies and
doubt, is
gentlemen.
going to go to the red corner.
Elsa
Yeah,
leads
beautiful
on her
fight
third.
from both fighters, but for me, I
Joanne
think
Alliance
La has done
La.
enough on the scorecards.
Just having a look at some of the action that was in the earlier rounds. Just good control, nice check, good defensive zone, good straight punching, nice takedowns. She had it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the contest 30-27, declaring a winner via unanimous points decision. Red corner, the Lioness, Joanne La.
What a great fight. And we just roll on to more heat in the coming bouts.
Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 10 on the card. Fighting out of the blue corner, Kid Inc., Isaac Tomlinson.
As he jumps over the rope, Kid Inc. Isaac Tomlinson, the current
And
WBC
ladies and
state
gentlemen, his
champion.
opponent fighting out of the red corner, Razor Blade Gilbertson.
Blade Gilbertson, trained by Nick Pickles Davies. What a character he is as a trainer. And Blade, he's all business. This kid, mark my words, has got a big future
Ladies
ahead.
and gentlemen, your following contest is bout number 10 on the card, brought to you by Gasoline Alley. 5 by 2-minute rounds, full tie rules in the lightweight division. They will be fighting for the WMC Muay Thai state title. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by the AK-47 Chris Bradford, out of top tier Muay Thai, with an official weight of 61.05 kilograms. 14 fights, 8 wins, 1 draw, 2 coming by way of knockout. And fighting out of Armstrong Creek, he's the IKBF and WBC Victorian champion. He is Kid Inc. Isaac Tomlinson. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Pickles Davis, out of Murray Thai Boxing, with an official weight of 60.70 kilograms. He's had 5 fights for 4 wins. And fighting out of Yarrawonga, ladies and gentlemen, Razor Blade Gilbertson. When the action begins, your man in charge in the centre of the ring, Mr. Bryce Birtwhistle, both fighters, white crew, Ramoy.
And of course, Isaac Tomlinson with his trainer in the corner, Chris Bradford. We wish him all the
Round
best.
1.
He's got a big fight coming up in Japan soon, so all the best. AK-47 Chris Bradford on his upcoming fight in Japan. But right now it's about the young fellas in centre ring. Isaac Tomlinson, blue shorts. Blade Gilbertson, red shorts out of the red corner. Comes forward with an elbow early. It's all business from the outset. The prize is no greater than a title, and that is certainly what these two fighters will be vying for tonight. The WMC state title, in fact. And let's see who gets it at the end of it.
Yeah, at the moment in the red trunks, Blade Gilbertson doing quite well on the outside, using the sort of push kick to keep his opponent at bay. And Isaac Tomlinson using those sort of right hands early, but a nice kick there to the outside thigh region of Blade Gilbertson. And picks up beautiful work there, and he puts him on the deck there, puts him on the deck.
Catch and takedown there from Isaac Tomlinson. Again, it's those techniques that the judges look at very favourably. So that's only going to build the confidence indeed of Isaac Tomlinson in the blue shorts. Blade's going to have to make up that lost ground now as well. So he's going to have to get busy and get working. First round of 5, title fights of course 5 rounds. We'll see how this one transpired. At this point with the takedown, is Tomlinson looking the goods.
Yeah, Tomlinson looking the goods with that takedown in the blue trunks. Uses the elbow there, but couldn't connect to Blade Gilbertson. And the man from Murray Thai Boxing in Blade Gilbertson on the front foot. There's a little bit of reddening there behind his sort of shoulder region, but he's keeping his hands up high. Beautiful thigh kick there from Blade Gilbertson, and both fighters here, Hammer, are trading.
Yeah, chopping the legs. Nice body rips as well from Gilbertson. He throws them well off the right hand. He'll roll the jab cross and roll that body rip in textbook style. Overhand is going to be the weapon of choice from Tomlinson. Of course, he's a forward walking fighter most fights, but I think in this one he's going to change his strategy just a little because he doesn't want to give anything away. But both fighters very aggressive. These guys are every sense of the word, young guns in this sport. Fantastic.
Brings an end to the first round. Very difficult round to
That's
score
in a
if
round
you're
number
a
one.
judge.
Scheduled 5 rounds, WMC. State title up for grabs.
Here we gear up for the second round. Blade
Round
Gilbertson
two.
and Isaac Tomlinson. Don't forget, this is a 5-round contest for the WMC Muay Thai state title. And Isaac Tomlinson going to the legs early, but he's on the canvas there, Hammer.
Just a slip, not a knockdown, but they're setting up those low kicks well. Combining the hands upstairs, level changing beautifully. Jumping knee, Tomlinson. Takedown from Gilbertson. That's going to do him well. These are an even affair, this one at this point. I'm looking at it as I'm calling it, folks at home, and I'm trying to find dominance from a fighter. As a commentator, when you watch fights, you assess it as you go. So you're talking and you're watching, obviously, and you're trying to see which fighter is going to be more dominant. And in my mind, this is such an arm wrestle, such a seesawing fight, backwards and forwards, and geez, it's an even matchup, that's for sure.
Yeah, for me it was an even Steven first round, but look, Isaac Tomlinson from South Geelong lifting his punch output here and using the varying kicks to the thigh region. You can see the reddening up there of the left thigh of Blade Gilbertson.
Yeah, they're trading leg kicks. Tomlinson as well, got a bit of reddening on the inside and outside thigh above that knee. Of course, they're looking to chop the leg, take your opponent's mobility, will slow their movement down, making them more of an easier target to hit for the uninitiated. That's a reasoning for the heavy leg kicking. Then they'll transition to the hands, try and close the gap, get into the clinch, catch an attempted takedown from Tomlinson. Gilbertson keeping his vertical base beautifully. Again, chopping leg kick to the left hook from Isaac. Again, chopping low. So he's finishing or punctuating almost every exchange with that low kick. And it's point for point with these two fellas in the ring at the moment.
Another difficult round to score, but he's on the canvas there. Beautiful catch there from Isaac Tomlinson. And now Blade Gilbertson goes back to work with the hands.
Of course, when you have a fight like this and the scoring is so even, what the judges then have to draw upon is the more aggressive of the two, or the fighter
That's
that
in
moves
round number
forward
two.
more than the other. So take that
What a
into
fight in
account
the
as you're scoring
centre
this
of
one
the
at home.
ring.
Here we are for the
Round
third
three.
round. Don't forget, this is a 5-round contest, and Blade Gilbertson back to work. Both watching each other in the centre ring. Beautiful inside kick there for Gilbertson. Then he goes to the outside thigh region.
Inside and outside thigh from both fighters being very effective, and they're transitioning off the headshots nicely as well. So they'll throw that left hook and then roll the low kick in off it. So the distance is critical when you're doing that. Nice check defensively from Isaac Tomlinson. Gilbertson just pushing forward. Again, when a fight's matched so evenly, it's the aggression that the judges look for. And great to see, just sitting ringside there on the other camera angle, V8 superstar Dave Reynolds, former Bathurst winner, loves the fights. I've done a bit of training with Dave, and absolutely loves it. Boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, loves it and turns up for all. So Davey Reynolds sitting on the Gasoline Alley Harley-Davidson table and supporting Muay Thai, great to see.
So a celebrity here at Warriors Way 24, watching the fights with intent. But look at it, Blade Gilbertson goes to the thigh region, but at the moment Tomlinson keeping him at range. And you look at Isaac Tomlinson been sparring with the likes of Jay Daly, who's also a teammate of his out of the top tier Muay Thai gym in South Geelong. Beautiful leg kick there again from Blade Gilbertson. He's working the leg region of Isaac Tomlinson.
Yeah, it's, I see Isaac, his jab's just coming up a bit short, so he's throwing the jab and his distance is just off a bit because I think Blade just has a couple of centimetres on him. So I'd like to see Isaac maybe double on that jab to close the distance. The first one's not hitting the target, but if he doubles that jab, it might bring him on to the head of Gilbertson a bit more. At this point, he's just a little bit short with his punching. Downstairs, it's almost even Stevens. They're chopping away at each other's legs continuously and scoring well. Now Gilbertson working the back leg. He's chopped up the front thigh, looking at the back thigh now, almost gets a catch and takedown. Tomlinson doing well to keep his vertical base.
Round 4.
Here we are for the fourth round of a 5-round contest, and Gilbertson back to work in the centre ring now, catches his opponent leg, but Isaac Tomlinson moves away. Now he's on the canvas there.
Just got chopped. The supporting leg got chopped there from Gilbertson. Isaac threw the body kick and the supporting leg was chopped. So that's maturity of technique right there from Blake Gilbertson. Again, step up knee, just dictating the range at his terms at this point, Gilbertson. Tomlinson looking to create something, knows he's got to be aggressive and get on the front foot a bit. It's such a close affair. Both fighters need to show a lot of heart and aggression.
Yeah, Gilbertson using the hands and also using the legs to the left thigh specifically of Isaac Tomlinson, but you can see him now, he senses blood, he's now on the ropes here, is Isaac Tomlinson. But now he moves back and beautiful left leg there to the head of Tomlinson. And both fighters in centre ring now, but look at him, he's just walking forward, stalking his prey, is Blad Gilbertson, and his opponent is in the blue corner.
Certainly got a bit of confidence. He's had some good wins in this fight, landed some good clean shots, and he is a real confidence fighter, Blade Gilbertson. Probably underestimates himself a little, to be honest. So when he lands the shots and he gets a bit of a good result, I think that'll help his motivation. In turn, Isaac Tomlinson, he's had some good wins of late and just loves it. I've got a lot of time for this kid. He always wants to be on the shows, and he's one of my favourites in this division as well. So I've put this matchup together, and I'm very proud of both of these guys for fronting up and just putting on an absolute barn burner and having everyone in this stadium on the edge of their seats. So what a fight, and a big thank you to all our sponsors that have made it all possible, in particular Ange from Luxury Auto. What a great bunch of guys they are. Evan from Hunky Dory, an absolute legend and a former boxer and kickboxer himself. Now, of course, with Hunky Dory in Burwood, and they're supporting us. And then we've got the guys at Revolt who provide us with
round
gloves
4.
and all the wear for the fighters. So
One
big thank you
remains,
to all the
scheduled
sponsors
5 rounds,
that have made this
WMC
bout and all the bouts
state
tonight
title.
possible.
This is the 5th and final round.
This is the 5th and final round. You heard it from Demacoli there, and Blade Gilbertson coming forward. Freight train, like a freight train throughout the four-round contest, and in the 5th round he started like a house on fire. He goes to the body early, but look at the acrobatic moves there from Isaac Tomlinson, and the fans are watching like hawks.
Well, it's all down to this 5th and final round, the ultimate prize, the WMC strap on the line, and the winner's hand will be raised and the hardware will be given after this round. So both of these men, I know they really want it. I know they're given their all. They've had massive training camps and preparation for this one. So one man is going to be very disappointed. One man is going to be elated. But at this point, I tell you what, they should be both so proud of themselves, as their trainers should be, because they've put it all on the line. And geez, what a great skill level they've both shown. Tomlinson just walking forward. Gilbertson with that tidy left hook is also dug to the body nicely. The body rips in particular have been a bit of a favourite for me. He's nailed it a couple of times. Chops low. Starting to breathe a little bit hard now, both boys. Pushing forward, Tomlinson. We know he's got a big heart and he's proving that right now. Tries for the body kick, negated. Overlaps the hands nicely. Catch and almost a takedown into the knee. Goes Blade Gilbertson.
Isaac Tomlinson watching now, but for me, this is definitely
Spinning
one of his better rounds here. Staying active in centre ring, letting his hands go and his legs. And here we go. Look at Gilbertson go to work, but then Tomlinson comes back with a beautiful sort of high kick there.
Up to the head, beautifully done. Head kick to body kick. Tomlinson in overdrive. He knows he's got to make up possibly a little bit of lost ground, and he's doing that well. Gilbertson pushing forward, giving it his all. 10 seconds to go with a takedown. Will that be enough? Will that do it for the Razor Blade? Gilbertson from Murray Thai Boxing. The takedown, will it be the point that gets him over the line, Jordan? Will it be the point?
That could be a vital point in the determination of this matchup. But what a fight between both fighters.
Once again, both guys should hold their heads high. What a display of Muay Thai. Have a look at that, trying for the cartwheel kick. Isaac Tomlinson, Gilbertson to the body. His leg got caught. Isaac couldn't get the clean takedown. Good vertical base from Blade. Chopping leg kicks. Geez, it had it all, this one. A quality title fight from the outset. And geez, I'm proud of both these young fellas.
Yeah, Blade Gilbertson, look at that elbow there. Vicious elbow there. And then he came forward throughout the contest.
That was possibly the
Ladies
technique
and
that gave him the
gentlemen,
win.
after 5 rounds, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. Your 3 judges scored the contest 50-46, 49-46, and 48-47. Declaring winner via unanimous point decision. And new WMC state champion, red corner, Razor Blade Gilbertson.
And there's the elation from the young fella, Blake Gilbertson. Geez, I think even the ring girl's a little bit impressed after that one. What a battle. And geez, both fighters worthy, that's for sure. As Big Ferg from Gasoline Alley Harley Davidson puts the belt around the waist.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following bout is the first of the Australia versus New Zealand fights. Fight number 11, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Team New Zealand, Nicora, the Natural, Lee Kingy. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Kalan Lek. Ladies and gentlemen, this is bout number 11 on the card, the first of our Australia versus New Zealand. This fight is brought to you by Cafe Odgie in Burwood. 3x3 minute rounds, full tie rules in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Wayne Vega out of South Island Liga, with an official weight of 61.4 kilograms. 24 fights, 15 wins, 9 losses. 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Christchurch in New Zealand, Nicora, the Natural, Lee Kingy. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Dave West and Carl Draper out of the Hangar 4 Gym and Invictus, with an official weight of 61.9 kilograms. A veteran of over 170 fights. And representing Melbourne, Australia, ladies and gentlemen, Kalan Lek. Both fighters
Thank you to Kalan for taking this fight on short notice. Quan Trin was originally slated to fight Nicora, unable to participate. So Kalan Lek stepped up and now training out of Hangar 4 and Invictus Gym. Kalan, formerly from Thailand, has had a load of fights, over 150 in fact. But hasn't been active, so he's stepped back, been pretty sharp, sparring with the boys at Invictus and Hangar 4, and thought, why not? I'll get in and represent his new homeland. Nicora Lee Kinging in the past has done battle right here in this centre ring at this venue against the River Daz, my own fighter River Daz, and that fight was exceptional and really left, I suppose, an impact on me. Just the heart of Nicora, and that's why I give him the invite back. And he's just matured as a fighter since then. Kept a close eye on Nicora, and he's certainly a young Kiwi fighter to watch and part of Team New Zealand. Right now they're mixing it up. Just a game of strategy at this point, especially from Nicora, because he knows that Kalan Lek is very experienced, so he's not going to jump in and be over eager and make any mistakes.
Yeah, both are assessing each other here in the first round, and look at Nicora Lee Kingy get to work in the body sort of region there of his opponent Kalanik, and Kalanik is on the back foot here, throws a couple of legs there, but just waiting and buying his time. But now you can see Nicora Kingy, I think he's going to step it up here in the remaining first round. Yeah,
Nicora's going to, he's going to really, as I said, assess Kalan. He's not going to go too eager too early. Even though I love the 3-rounders because, number one, the fighters don't sustain this much damage as they do in a 5-round fight. And the 3-rounders, there's almost nitro boxing. You've got to get in there and you've got to get busy from the outset. There's no time to waste a round. So in the 3-rounders, for the crowd, for the viewers at home, it is a lot more entertaining. For the fighters, I believe, they probably don't sustain as much damage as they would in the 5-3. So 3-3s are what we're doing, battling here. And at the moment, beautiful takedown from Kalan Lek. And mark of experience. Nicora always knew in the clinch he's probably going to be underdone against Kalan. So he's going to want to keep it on the outside, but invariably Kalan is going to weather the storm and then go for the clinch and look for that takedown as he just did there. Changing stance as well, going from orthodox to southpaw. Kalan Lek the Thai. Nice knee and elbow attempt. Nicora Lee Kingy, how do you do in the blue corner, turning it on?
Yeah, that was definitely the highlight of the first round so far for Nicora Lee Kingy. And he's sensing blood in the water, but he goes for the overhand right there, but did not connect, and Kalanik turns him around in the clinch.
Body lock there from Kalan, just not wanting to engage. Perhaps he's hurt, perhaps the pressure was just too much. Locking down the body, push kick to the face. Nicora Lee, again body lock from Kalan, looking for the takedown. Nicora really needs to keep his vertical base and a takedown. Not a clean one, however, from Kalan Lek, but nevertheless showed dominance in the clinch.
Comfortable round there for me, Nicora Lee Kingy. Here we are for the second round, round number 2. Nicora Lee Kingy in the blue trunks and his opponent from Thailand, Kalanik, with 170 fights. Both are going toe-to-toe here, and Nicora Lee Kingy in the clinch, pushing his opponent onto the ropes here, but the referee will separate him. Very experienced campaigner in centre ring. And both are in the clinch here in centre ring, but good stuff for Kalanik. He's come in as a last-minute replacement, but he's holding his own.
Kalan Lek, as I said, now formerly from Thailand, now based in Australia. That's why he's made the Australian team. Just dominating in the clinch, and that is not where Nicora needs to be. Look at that head kick to side or back kick from Kalan. Into the clinch they go. Nicora doesn't want to tangle, doesn't want to try and out-clinch Kalan, because I don't believe that's going to be a possibility. Needs to keep it at range. Throw the punches and then step back, rather than a lot of fighters will throw their punches a step forward into the clinch. He definitely does not want to do that. Wants to work from the outside and just try and chalk up the points. Kalan, though, showing little signs of ring rust. In fact, I reckon someone said to me it's been quite a number of years since he's fought. And as I said, the ring rust doesn't seem to be there at all. So the boys at Hangar 4 have done a great job of preparing him for this. And Carl Draper and the crew have brought him up a treat. But a fighter of his experience, I suppose, wouldn't need that much prep time. And look at that nice turning takedown from Kalan again. Nicora, to his own peril, is falling into that clinch game. Definitely not where he needs to be. Needs to be on the outside. And certainly, I don't believe at this point he's showing the skill level that he has, Nicora. The outside he's a sharp boxer and combines his kicks well, but he's almost left his punching out altogether. Perhaps because Kalan has just been a little too evasive.
He's definitely holding his own, the Thai Kalan in centre ring, but Nicora really needs to step it up and hasn't really found third or fourth gear yet. But we've still got one more round to come and 53 seconds in this round. But Nicora going to work. There's a little bit of blood there on the face of Kalan.
Kalan has perhaps been cut, so maybe some of the barrage to the head of Kalan from Nicora Lee's hands has paid dividends, but those takedowns are just going to be scoring supremely for Kalan. Again, push kick. He'll look to grab on and look for that takedown. Resorting to the clinch game is Kalan Lek now. In the red shorts, the Kiwi, Nicora Lee Kingy, sharp and strong. He's got a lot of power in those hands. If he can execute them, if he can hit the target, I think he'll certainly rattle Kalan Lek, but at this point, just too evasive, red corner.
Yeah, two evasives for the 62-kilogram King in the Ring champion in the blue trunks. But that brings an end to round number 2.
That is the end of round number 2.
With the takedowns, Kalan looking healthy.
Both fighters touch gloves. This is the third and final round.
Here it is, the third and final round of this lightweight contest. All comes down to this, and Nicora needs to get a move on. Otherwise, he may be losing this matchup in the lightweight division.
Well, the first of the Australia versus New Zealand battles. Who will it be, Australia or New Zealand after this round? It's going to be a close one, but Kalan Lek with the takedowns, I'd say on the scorecards, he'd be looking pretty healthy. Nicora just pushing and keeping the pressure up, trying for that overhand. But how is the evasion of the red corner, Kalan Lek? Just so calm. And I think part of having experience is being calm under pressure, and with calmness under pressure comes great evasive skills, and we're seeing that right now from Kalan Lek.
You can see the defensive skills on highlight here throughout the 2 rounds, and heading into the third round. 2 minutes remaining in this third and final round. Full Thai rules at 62 kilograms. Nicora on the front foot here, waiting for the right punch, but Hammer has been waiting all night.
Definitely, and the Trans-Tasman battle. This is the first one, Australia versus New Zealand. Nicora spinning back fist into the right hand, landed it plumb. Beautifully done by the Kiwi from South Island Liga. And again he pushes forward. I know his coach Wayne Vega, who couldn't make the trip, will be looking at this very proudly indeed. Kalan having a bit of fun now, switching orthodox southpaw. And Nicora, the look of intensity as he tries to break distance and just try and land those clean hands. Kalan Lek, as he's done from the outset, shutting it down with the clinch game. Nicora pushing forward again, good aggression. Catch, not able to get the counter. Head kick from Kalan Lek, showing his diversity of technique. Once again, into the clinch they go. Tight clinch, tight head control, Kalan Lek.
Very awkward fighter, Kalan Lek. Sort of unorthodox sort of fighter, and he's making his opponent miss all night in Nicora. And the 24-year-old really needs to get a move on. There's 50 seconds remaining, Hammer.
Just as you said, Jordan, but at 24 years old, let me tell you, this kid's got a lot of experience and a good future as well, Nicora Lee Kingi. And I will definitely have him back, potentially on the next Warriors Way, which will be in 2020. April 4, 2020
Final 30 seconds.
Will be Warriors Way number 25. Something special in the planning for that one. Mark it in the calendar. Fighters watching this, if you're keen to get on, April 4, 2020. You got the whole year. You got 6 months to plan for it. Let's get it on, and I would like to have Nicora Lee Kingi back, perhaps against his original matchup, Quan Trin. Quan Trin, if you're at home watching, I'm putting this out to you, son. There's your opponent on Warriors Way if you want.
The WBC Muay Thai champion, Quan Trin.
The big right hand from Nicora Lee, pushing forward. That's the end of the fight. That's the end of the round. Who do you have? It's got to be the way of the red corner with those solid takedowns. But take nothing away from the man in the blue shorts, the tough Kiwi, Nicora Lee Kingi. So to hold his head up high. Look at that, turning into the right hand. Good stuff from both guys. Action packed from the outset, and a real crowd pleaser this fight.
The smiling assassin, though, in the red trunks, I think has done enough. He will get the W here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scored the contest 30-27 to Kingi. Your second judge scored the contest 29-28 to Lek. Your third and deciding judge scored the contest 29-28, declaring in a via split points decision and taking their team 1-0. Red corner, Kalan Lek.
And a good win for Kalan Lek, and a big thank you to Pete from Cafe Oji, who's going to present the hardware in just a minute. What a fight to open up the Australia versus New Zealand card.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Lee Kingi coming across from New Zealand and putting on a brave fight. Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 12, fighting out of the blue corner, representing New Zealand, Pitbull Baby Nansson.
Mr. Worldwide.
And ladies and gentlemen, her opponent, representing Australia, Justinta Mudzi Pascalides.
Crew on 10 like trapping. Crew all in the right fashion. Suit on looking like platinum. You all litty like matches. You don't want smoke like that. God on everything I made. Prayers up, man, it's all happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following bout is bout number 12 on the card. This fight brought to you by Hunky Dory Fish and Chips in Burwood East. 3 by 3 minute round, full tie rules in the junior lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Doug Varney, Mike Angrove and Eugene Berryman at a CKB gym with an official weight of 59.1 kilograms. 20 fights, 12 wins, 1 draw, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of South Auckland, she is the current WMC New Zealand Muay Thai champion. She is Baby, the Pitbull Nansson. And across the ring, her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Mark Jelsey out of Hardcore Muay Thai Boxing with an official weight of 60.35 kilograms. 26 fights, 17 wins, 1 draw. 6 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Mooney Ponds right here in Melbourne, she is Justinta Pascalides. Round 1.
Well, how's the corner of Baby Nansson? Jordan, how's the corner?
Yeah, the corner of Baby Nansson. Very good quality corner there. You got Doug Viney, Eugene Behrman, trainer of Israel Adesanya. And definitely great camp in her corner. But she's a good fighter herself. She's had 28 Muay Thai fights and also some boxing fights as well to her name.
Yeah, she's a tough customer, Baby Nansson. And the partner of Sam the Shank Hill, our main event fighter. So the two of them obviously train together, work together. They do it all together. These the power couple from New Zealand, Baby Nansson and Sam Hill. And of course now out of City Kickboxing. But they also have their own smack gym as well in Auckland. So they live and breathe it over the ditch. And Baby Nansson, just the intensity from when she got off the plane to stepping in the ring has been unbelievable. Justinta Pascalides, in turn from the hardcore gym, Mark Jelsey in her corner, had a little bit of trouble making weight, unfortunately. So it was a bit of backwards and forwards at the weigh-in. But the fight, nevertheless, is here and happening now. And Justinta stepping up to the big stage and stepping up against a very formidable opponent, Baby Nansson. It's going to be interesting to see how her mindset is for this one as the rounds tick down. This one also scheduled for 3x3 and the second fight of our Australia versus New Zealand bouts as the ladies are in the clinch tangling now.
You look at Nansson, she's the WMC 58 kilogram New Zealand pro champion and also the New Zealand PBA lightweight champion on the boxing scene.
She can do it all. She can mix it up in anything. And of course training out of City Kickboxing as well with the boys. And with Israel there, the current UFC champion in the house as well. Well, the quality speaks for itself with Eugene. And geez, he's in the mastermind of City Kickboxing. Mike Angove as well in the corner. And Doug Viney, it's a well-pedigreed corner, that one, that's for sure. So she's just got to take confidence from the people around her as well, Baby Nansson, and it just speaks professionalism the whole way. But and in turn, then you've got, obviously, Justinta Pascalides looking at that and thinking, geez, you know, she's not only fighting the fighter, she's fighting the corner. And with Mark Jelsey in her corner, they've got a bit of a mountain to climb, but she is willing, and she's a hard hitter, Justinta Pascalides as well.
Will she be the Golden Greek tonight and get the victory of the Samoan-born fighter in Baby Nansson? That's the question. But at the moment, Baby Nansson sort of assessing her and watching her opponent closely, but I think things will heat up in the 3-round contest.
Third man in centre ring, Trevor Lawler, calling for the ladies to keep busy, keep working. And one of the most experienced officials in Muay Thai, Trevor Lawler. So again, great to have him down from Sydney to Melbourne to officiate here.
Baby Nansson's kick was a little bit south of the border there, but we'll get things fixed up very soon. But Trevor is in the centre ring and he's just having a talk there to Baby Nansson.
Just keeping things under control.
And good to go here, Baby Nansson and opponent Justinta Pascalides. This is a super featherweight contest, 59 kilograms. What a right hand there from Justinta. Oh, sorry, Baby Nansson. She's on the front foot, trying to constrict.
Rolling that right hand straight over the guard with Baby Nansson. And just all aggression to finish the first round.
Round 2.
Here it is, round number 2. 59 kilos, but a beautiful right hand there from Baby Nansson to finish that first round. Will she continue that in the second round?
She fakes nicely as well, Nansson. And mark of experience, looking very comfortable in centre ring. But the aggressor meter very high on Nansson's side. Just pushing forward. Pascalides looking for an opening. Nansson giving her nothing. There's that little fake.
Seems a little intimidated by Baby Nansson. Definitely the sort of punch power that Baby Nansson possesses. Will she land another couple of shots on Justinta Pascalides in that second round? We'll see. Beautiful right hand there from Baby Nansson.
Well, Pascalides got her guard up nice and high, which is exactly where it needs to be. But Nansson has just found the opening to when she attacks that lead hand drops. So she's trying to counter with that right hand over the lead and finding the mark almost a couple of times cleanly. But how tough is Justinta Pascalides wearing the leather and still coming forward, pushing forward, looking for an opportunity. Perhaps for me, I would say a good position for Justinta to be would be in the clinch, just as we saw in a previous bout with Cahal. Weathered the war with the punches, grabbed, clinched, kneed, looked for the takedown. I don't know how much standing clinching Nansson would be comfortable in doing. We'll test that out. Justinta needs to get comfortable in that clinch and perhaps get some scoring with the knees. Instead, she shrugs the clinch off and gets back to that striking range, which for mine is probably the way of Nansson at this point anyway.
Yeah, I think Pascalides on the inside is going to have some success, but look at baby Nansson get to work here. You look at her amateur Muay Thai record, 20 fights, she's had the 15 wins and the 5 losses, so a real diverse background on the combat sports scene. Definitely.
Pascalides has been around a long time, and she's fought all and sundry. She backs down from no challenger, and as soon as this fight was offered to her and Mark Jelsi, with an instant said they'll take it. So big hearts from the guys from the hardcore gym. Looking for the spinning elbow, spinning back fist. Pascalides again in the sights of Nansson. Nansson maybe a little bit shy in pulling the trigger at this point. Wails in with that right hand.
There's the right hand there from Pascalides.
Pascalides given one back of her own. Pascalides in the gold gloves. Nansson in the dark gloves, in the black gloves.
And she's hit the canvas there, Nansson, but she should be okay. She'll get back on track.
Just a slip from baby Nansson, but geez, what a strong competitor, and so focused, as I said, you know, from when she arrived to the shores of Australia, her focus and resolve was plain to see that she was here for business and definitely not here for a weekend away in New Zealand, away from her kids, away from her home. She was here to fight and here to get the W. So Pascalides certainly has her hands full at this point. End of the second round.
The end of round number 2.
Absolutely packed house for this one. A sold out venue. Warriors Way 24, Warriors Way 25 will be in the new year. April 2020.
This is the third and final round.
In fact, the fourth of the fourth, easy to remember. Warriors Way 25, going to be something special. So mark your calendars, fighters. If you're keen, for the pro fighters watching, step up and give us a holler out. Get yourself on the card. But again, Nansson just comes in, wailing forward. Jabs, chopping leg kicks, she's got it all. And a clubbing right hand. Catch, takedown from Nansson. Pascalides takes her down with a good show of sports ladyship as both ladies get back to their feet.
For me, unofficially on the scorecards, I've got Nansson in front, 2 rounds to 0. So Pascalides has all to do in this round, but I think with Nansson's intent, she's not going to let this round slip.
Well, Jordan, it's certainly a big job for Pascalides. She's a girl with a big heart, and as I said from the outset, she wanted to fight. They were very willing to take this fight and step up and challenge the New Zealand champion. So all props to Pascalides and her corner, Mark Jelsi and the crew.
Beautiful stuff there from Nansson. Beautiful counter punch there on the back foot, and she slips that punch. Great defensive work. She's aware from all the punches that are coming her way from Pascalides.
Pascalides now also faking nicely as well. She's starting to fake that low kick and then try and let the right hand go. So the strategy's definitely coming into it in the third and final. It's been a good work rate. Bolo right hand from Pascalides. Almost takes the ceiling lights out. Spinning back fist from baby Nansson. The girls are pulling all the tricks out of the bag in the third and final. Of course, Pascalides knows she needs a big round. She needs a big finish. At this point, Nansson on the judges' scorecards perhaps slightly ahead.
She needs a big bolo of a right hand to land, but I think Nansson will be too smart for that. And now Nansson is on the front foot. But good work there to get away from that jab, and she's just measuring her opponent up and looking for that real money punch, which is the straight right hand.
Looking for the big finisher. I think against such a tough competitor as Nansson, the big right hand is not going to end the night for her. She's got, as I said, big resolve, and she's here to fight. City Kickboxing crew in the corner, all looking pretty happy with the efforts thus far. Attempted push kick to the face there from Pascalides. Nansson just balks back, comes in again, turning left hook. Measuring the distance nicely. Body kick off the lead from Nansson. Probing with the jab. Just measuring. The girls a little gassed now. It's been a hard couple of rounds and a hard third round we're into here. The work rate has been constant. The pressure has been constant. and the power has been 100% all the way.
Yeah, the lactic acid is definitely building up now, but the final 25 seconds of this matchup, super featherweight contest, all comes down to this. But I think if the way things are going, Nansson will get the chocolates.
Inside thigh kick to right hand, changing levels well. Nansson clubbing right hand. Pascalides turning back fist from Nansson to the body kick, combining well the girls. As I said, pulling all the tricks out of the bag in the last round. Nansson with the knee, balks back, comes forward, good upper body evasion, and geez, what a third and final round. Props to both these girls. How tough,
Now
how
second
tough
round,
are they?
Australia versus New Zealand.
Both
Australia up
fighters left in
1-0
centering. What a
to New
fight that
Zealand
was
equal
for
it
a female
now.
super
All
featherweight
Australia skip
contest.
away to a 2-0 lead.
Here we go to some of the highlights here, and Baby Nansson from start to finish really controlled this fight, Hammer.
Definitely, she just was on the front foot from the outset. Didn't give Justinta Pascalides any chance to get comfortable in there. Justinta probably the underdog, and Baby Nansson didn't want to give her anything, didn't want to give her any opportunity to get her confidence growing, and was on the front foot from the outset. Fought like a true champion, Nansson. Bang, turning back fist. And who will make
Ladies
it?
and gentlemen, after
Maybe
3
perhaps
rounds of
one
action,
for
we've
one,
gone
Australia,
to
New
the
Zealand after
judges'
this.
scorecards. We have a unanimous point decision. Your winner, and tying it at 1-1, blue corner, Baby, the Pitbull, Nansson.
There you have it, 1-1, Australia versus New Zealand. Things are getting interesting.
A big thank you to our sponsors, Hunky Dory Fish and Chips in Prelude. Ladies and gentlemen, bout number 13 on this card here tonight. Fighting out of the blue corner, Dominic, 108, Reed. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, representing Australia, Anthony Pappas. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Your following contest is bout number 13 on the card. This fight brought to you by the wonderful people at Glenny's Kebabs. 3 by 3 minute rounds in the 60 kilogram catch weight. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Wayne Vega and the team out of South Island Liga, with an official weight of 59.95 kilograms. A record of 31 fights. 18 wins, 1 draw. 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Christchurch in New Zealand, Dominic, 108, Reed. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Mark Pease out of the Strike Force Gym, with an official weight of 59.55 kilograms. 35 fights, 17 wins, 3 draws. Fighting out of Varsity Lakes in Brisbane, representing Team Australia, Anthony Pappas. Round 1.
Here we are, round number 1, the third last fight of the evening on Warriors Way 24, heading into the sort of semi-main event between Jen Hongtonyuk and Joey Bailon. And in the main event, Alex Petroulias against Sam Hill from New Zealand. But this is the third last fight, Anthony Pappas and Dom Reed.
Well, part of our main card, of course, the Australia versus New Zealand theme, and Reed versus Pappas. Pappas from the Strike Force Gym on the Gold Coast, once again trained by Mark Pease, veteran of the sport, and one of the true pioneers of Muay Thai in Australia, Mark Pease. And of course, from the blue corner, Dominic Reed, another fighter that has presented on Warriors Way some time ago, made such a great impression. He was invited back to take part in and be a part of the Team NZ. And Dominic wasted no time in accepting. And I'm sure you'll see some great skills from both these men. Pappas, as I said, from Queensland. Reed from New Zealand. Two very strong, I suppose, Muay Thai areas of the of the globe.
Anthony Pappas looking the more long-levered and definitely has the longer reach.
Yeah, and Pappas as well, wanting to to make a good impression on this card. He's keen to come back. He's keen to be a regular on Warriors Way. As most of the main card, well, most of the fighters on the card, they want the invite back. So they, a bit of nerves, a lot of pressure. It all combines, and at the end of the day, it's going to be who deals with it better and who presents and who puts the solid scoring down on the judges' scorecards. At this point, it's a bit of an arm wrestle, seesawing affair, backwards and forwards. Both fighters looking for a clean opportunity to get the shots away. Skip up push kick, beautifully done by Reed. Pappas sitting in the pocket a little bit, looking perhaps to unload the hand or the elbow. But he's going to have to close range. Reed again with that push kick. Geez, it's been some great textbook stuff here. Sainaji sitting ringside there, having a close look. The boss of Rebellion, and Rebellion event coming up November 30. An absolutely stacked card of fights for Rebellion number 30. Ramesh Habib is back after his big win, Lion Fight World title. Will be fronting up on that card as well. So keep your eyes out and check out the Rebellion Facebook or Insta for all the details and the card announcements if you're a Muay Thai fan in Melbourne. And a big hello and thanks to Sainaji for his support as well.
You look at Dom Reed, 108, his trainer is Wayne Viaga, but lately he has sort of been self-trained. Wayne Viaga has moved away from the sport a little bit, but still managing Dom Reed in terms of his matchups and the matchups he gets. Yeah,
well, Dominic trains very closely with Nicora Lee. These two are great mates, and the chemistry and the friendship between the two of them is, I suppose I've been privy to see that as I've spent some time with them before the show.
Number one.
And, they're just great mates, and they push each other in training, and it's proof that they're pushing each other to bigger and better things.
Y'all know who you hail now, 'cause I'm the alpha male now. I'm New York City's Batman.
Round two.
The second round of this lightweight contest, and Dom Reed comes out in the blue trunks.
Reed in the blue trunks is settled and getting comfortable now, I feel. In turn, you've got Anthony Pappas, a lot of pressure on him. Got caught with a knee there under the strikes. So Reed very quick on the trigger. Pappas looking a little tense. I like to see him just relax a little bit more, because as he relaxes, his speed will pick up. When you're too tense, you do inhibit your own speed and striking, striking timing.
Nice combinations there by Pappas moments ago, and he's slowly warming into this contest, but Reed is the long-levered boy, and he's trying to keep his opponent at a distance. Yeah,
just Reed just propping off the jab nicely, and he's coming off a good win here as well. Fought in Melbourne not so long ago, got a good win. A nice turning takedown, Dominic Reed.
He's the current ISKA New Zealand champion at 60 kilograms and the current South Island champion. So it comes with a decent pedigree, and he's coming up against Anthony Pappas from the Strikeforce Gym in Burleigh.
60 kilo weight division, this one. And once again, a big thank you to all the sponsors: Gasoline Alley, Block Constructions, Cafe Oji, Block Constructions in particular. Scotty and the boys have been supporters from the outset, and have also trained in Muay Thai, and they love it, absolutely love it. Turn up to the shows and always make a good night of it. Look at the inside thigh there of Anthony Pappas, showing the result of the inside thigh kick from Dominic Reed. He's landed it a few times, and Pappas has the curse of the pale man, the whiter skinned fella like myself. Whenever you get hit, the welts do become fairly prominent. Reed just coming forward and just looks unfazed, very calm, very composed, and there you can see the inside thigh of Pappas has just been tenderized by the shin from Dominic Reed.
He's chopping down on the leg. He's done that throughout the 2 rounds, and he looks cool as a cucumber in centre ring, coming forward, and really under the bright lights. He's not a deer.
No, definitely very composed. Dominic Reed under pressure is performing at his best. Nice push kick from Pappas, a return push kick from Reed. Just keeping the distance beautifully, both these two guys. Overhand right to the body shot, Pappas. Good scoring from him. But Reed just having his arms and negation working beautifully when Pappas turns the pressure up. Reed diffuses it nicely. Doesn't become, phased by the pressure, and still maintains calmness and composure. Sticky jab. Nice push kick, Reed. The Kiwi doing it well at this point. 1, 2, 3 with a leg kick on the end. Reed. Pappas needs to get busy. This fight sponsored by Glenny Kebabs, so big thanks to Assad and the crew, Glenny Kebabs. Now based at Century City.
We do it all again at Warriors Way 25, Saturday the 4th of April, 2020.
Here are some of the highlights here, and Pappas coming forward, but Inspector Gadget, I want to call him Dominic.
This fight brought to you by Glenny's Kebabs. Go and see the team at Glenny's Kebabs after the show.
But yeah, Reed definitely has the extender man arms. Sticky jab, combines levels well. Reed, he's at his best at range. Pappas at his best when he's got the pressure on and going forward.
This is the third and final round.
Once again, we roll in to our final round. Who will it be? Australia in the red shorts, New Zealand in the blue. Reed, Pappas, away we go. Inside thigh to the right hand. A busy Dominic Reed picks up where he left up from. Pappas turning the pressure up. He needs to be in the front foot. He needs to close down the reach of Dominic Reed, the Aussie. Get on the inside. He's a strong boy, a tough boy. He needs to be in there and bully up Dominic Reed a little bit. Pappas, show what he's got in the clinch.
He definitely needs to close the distance. The man from Christchurch, New Zealand, in the red trunks. But at the moment, he's having it all his way. Dom Reed, really comfortable. But we'll see this third round if he can land a fatal right hand that Anthony Pappas sort of possesses.
Yeah, Pappas, he's got a lot of power, but the evasion of Reed at this point has kept him in good stead. Brings the hands back to the head. And the closer Pappas gets, the tighter the guard of Dominic Reed. You'll notice on the outside, measures, keeps his reach out there, has good footwork, steps off to the side, using his angles well, down to the body, chops the leg Reed. Pappas comes forward again, range not there, perhaps needs to double the shot. Big uppercut, misses the mark. Push kick just low to the thigh, just that low teep kick to the thigh. They clinch up. Let's see what Pappas does here. Needs to connect the gloves, sink the clinch in strong and turn Reed. Unable to do so. Knee for knee they go.
In the clinch, good work here from Dom Reed in the clinch, getting his opponent onto the ropes in the blue corner.
And turns him as well, Reed. Good control. Got the glove on the shoulder there, not letting Pappas get in and get that tight clinch on. Clever tactics from Dominic Reed in the clinch.
You're definitely thinking behind his work, and in the third round he really wants a unanimous decision victory. Going to be hard for a knockout as Anthony Pappas can take a punch, but you look at Anthony Pappas, his other teammate Nathaniel Willis fought earlier on the card against Cahal, didn't get the decision victory, and I don't think his team will get a victory here tonight against Dom Reed.
It's never over till it's over, so we'll see if Pappas can land that big good night finisher. But at this point, Dominic Reed just looking slickness personified, moving around. Push kick from Pappas, beautifully done. As I said, I've got a lot of respect for both these young fellas. Pappas, very keen to get on the show. His coach Mark Pease, they approached me and said, we want to get on this show, whatever it takes. I threw Dominic Reed at him and didn't even bat an eyelid. They'll take any challenge to be a part of it, and they're doing themselves proud at this point. Showing a lot of heart, but I'd just like to see Pappas throw down a bit more. I think he's at his best when he's busy and letting the hands go, probably overthinking it a little bit too much. The Queenslander from the Goldie. But,
Dom Reed ending the round really strong now, coming home like a freight train.
Yeah, Dom Reed probably thinking he's done well. Nice push kick there from Pappas. So needs to close it up, let the hands go. Chopping low kick, Pappas scores for him. Closing the distance a little bit. Too little, too late perhaps. We'll leave it to the judges. But geez, what a great technical affair. Another great fight tonight. Pappas and Reed.
Here are some of the highlights here on the inside. That's where Pappas would have a lot of success, but I thought Dom Reed did well to sort of stem that on the inside. Inspector Gadget, I think he gets the chocolates. Beautiful right hand there from Dom Reed, nickname 108.
Good step through knee as well. Changed levels well. Used his reach, height and reach advantage beautifully.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, once again we've gone to the judges' scorecards. Your first judge scored the contest 30-29 to Reed. Your second judge scored the contest 29-28 Pappas. Your third and deciding judge scored the contest 29-28, declaring your winner via split point decision and taking his country 2 wins to 1. Team New Zealand, blue corner, Dominic, 108, Reed.
Well, there it is, folks. Another win to the Kiwis, 2-1. The Aussies have to make up some ground now. Big thank you to Glenny Kebabs. There's Richie with the hardware, presenting it to the winner. Geez, what a fight. And they just keep getting better. Our main fight's still to come.
Let's take over the globe.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following bout is the semi-main event of the evening. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing New Zealand, he is the Filipino kid, Joey Bailon.
Cause bitch, I'm worldwide. I'm involved in the music business, but the funny thing is, half of these fools don't know music, don't know business, have no business in music. What is this? I learned from the best, stayed away from the worst.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing Australia, Jen Hong Thong Le. Ladies and gentlemen, your following bout is the Warriors Way 24 semi-main event of the evening. This fight brought to you by the official betting partner of Warriors Way 24, Ladbrokes. Go to ladbrokes.com.au and download the Ladbrokes app now. 3 by 3 minute rounds in the junior lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by the psycho Jason Suddy out of ETK with an official weight of 59 kilograms, a fight record of 59 fights. 38 wins, 3 draws, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing New Zealand, he is the WKBF New Zealand and world champion. He is Joey, the Filipino kid, Bailon. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Krumart and the team out of Murakot Muay Thai with an official weight of 59.25 kilograms, 192 fights, 124 wins with 5 draws. Representing Australia, ladies and gentlemen, Jen Hong Thong Le. When the action begins, your man in charge in the centre of the ring, Mr. Trevor Lawler. Both fighters, Y Crew.
Well, huge support from the Morakot gym. And for Jen Hong Thong Lek, one of the head trainers down there.
Round
195 fights, John, is that what he said?
Yeah, about over 190 fights for Jen Hong Thong Lek. So both campaigners are experienced. You look at Joey Bailon, 34 wins, 19 losses, and 3 draws.
Joey Bailon, I tell you, one of the true warriors of New Zealand kickboxing and Muay Thai, trained out of ETK gym, and looking at the moment to move to MMA as well. So he's working on his jiu-jitsu, his wrestling. So Joey Bailon, and he's come down to Hammers and done some sparring with River Daz. Been a sparring partner for him for his fight on Glory. We were initially meant to fight a southpaw fighter, so Joey was the call-up, but they changed the opponent on us last minute. Nevertheless, still got some great rounds in with Joey, and one of his strong points is his faking. He's got some great faking, and that big left hand. Interesting side note, Joey Bailon is actually right-handed, but he changed to southpaw fighting due to a back injury. So he's not naturally a left-handed person, but he just fights left-handed because when he's an orthodox fighter, it's no good for his back. So there's an interesting side note on this little champion Joey Bailon. Jen Hong Thong Lek, well, they don't get much more experience than him. Representing Team Australia now, Aussie resident. Have a look at the moves, have a look at the leg, shin to the head, effortless from Jen Hong Thong Lek. And you'll see certainly some acrobatics from him. Jumping knee, he doesn't need a lot of room to create something special, Jen, and you'll see that as this fight transitions. Joey looking to create something, power and fury is his strong suit, but Jen is just evasive, as most experienced Thai boxers. Evasion is part of their defensive zone.
You look at Jen in the red trunks, definitely got the longer reach and the height advantage, but he's getting to work early on Joey Bailon. We'll see how Joey Bailon, the southpaw, sort of plays out in the end of round number 1.
Oh, turning back kick from Bailon into the clinch they go. That's not where Joey wants to be. His strength is at range, so when he gets in the clinch, it's not going to be good times for Joey Bailon. Jen, in turn, will just be all over him like a cheap suit and kneeing and elbowing at close range.
Both boys are enjoying themselves in centre ring. Bailon looking for that left hand. He's 34 years of age and training out of the elite Thai kickboxing gym in New Zealand.
Yeah, ETK is the home of Joey Bailon, represents ETK proudly. Jason Suddy, absolute legend of New Zealand kickboxing and Muay Thai. He's fought on K1, he's fought all over the world. Jason Suddy, and absolutely legendary bloke. Inside thigh kick from Jen Honthonlek. Head kick from
that
Jen.
Is the end of round
the
number 1.
And he's just having a good time in there, the red
Joey
corner.
Bailon, Jen
hard night at the office
Honthonlek.
for him thus far. Now, ring girl Amy Cox, regular Warriors Way ring girl, makes her way around the ring. Round 2, we're in for.
Round 2.
Here it is, round number 2. Super featherweight contest, 59 kilograms. And for me in that first round there, Hammer, I thought Jen was quite comfortable in centre ring.
Oh, look, he's only going to get more comfortable as this one goes. He's going to work out the puzzle that is Joey Bailon fairly quickly, I'd say. Joey, in turn, is looking to create a surprise, to create a move that Jen will not foresee and will not be able to evade. Bailon is a pressure fighter. He just walks up. He likes to walk up. He likes to mix it up. And he's a real crowd pleaser. Have a look at him on the inside. Go, Bailon. And Honthonlek Jen just straight back smiling. The smiling assassin. Nice switch. And bombs away Bailon. Tries for the body lock. Doesn't want to be in that loose clinch position. Needs to consolidate his base. Jumping knee from Jen in the corner, in the neutral corner. Almost took our cameraman out.
Great acrobatics there from Jen, the Thailander. But you look at Bailon, his debut was back in 2010 against Jamie Stamp, and then before that his amateur record was 9-0, so he's unbeaten on the amateur scene.
Yeah, he's an experienced campaigner, but when you talk experience, unfortunately in this one, or fortunately in this one, the red corner is all experience, all timing, and so comfortable.
Beautiful elbow moments ago there from Jen. And they're in the clinch at the moment, and stronger physical capabilities are in favour of Jen.
It's just for the Thai technique. I think that's where Jen certainly has it all over Joey. Joey's going to want to try and get in there at this point, just weathering the barrage of kicks and punches. Honthonlek just forward pressure. Don't get in the corner, Joey Bailon. Get out of there, son. It's not where you want to be. Trying for the spinning elbow. Honthonlek giving it no room. Almost climbing his back for a rear naked choke there.
Jen on the front foot. Beautiful push kick from Jen, but then Bailon really letting his hands go here tonight.
Yeah, well, Joey knows his only hope is the big finisher. And many man has fallen to the hands of Joey Bailon. The power he possesses for a lightweight fighter is absolutely off the scale. But Jen is going to be not standing in front of him and letting him bomb away at his head.
You look at Bailon in the blue trunks, a little bit about him. Well, he was born in the Philippines, currently resides in South Sydney, but he lived in New Zealand for a majority of his life. Yeah,
definitely. Still a New Zealander at heart, and just recently located to Sydney for work purposes, but nevertheless still fights under ETK Gym.
And he's getting comfortable in there, Jen.
Just push kick after push kick, Jen. Have a look at that, the bit of faking, keeping control of the distance beautifully, Honthonlek.
Yeah, beautiful high kick moments ago, and then the right hand coming there from Bailon. And they're going head to head here now. Jen's on the back foot, but he's quite comfortable. Good defensive skills there from Jen.
Yeah, good, nice turning kick as well. Joey Bailon trying to put some tricks in of his own. Big knee to the carcass from Jen Honthonlek to Bailon. And how tough is Joey Bailon? He's weathered it all, worn it all.
Tonight's fights are brought to you by the wonderful people at Hunky Dory Fish and Chips in Burwood East. This is the third and final round.
Good sportsman shown in our last round. Australia-New Zealand battle. Australia red shorts. The Kiwis in the blue. Joey Bailon bouncing on the balls of his feet. Needs a big finisher, needs a big round. At this point, it's New Zealand 2 wins to Australia's 1. Will this be the evener?
Yeah, will it be the evener? Joey Balon, if he wins here, makes it 3-1 New Zealand. So Jen needs to get the chocolates here tonight to make it golden goal situation heading into the main event.
Right. Shut the gate if Joey gets the finish. The Aussies are cooked. But Balon pushing forward again. Big rear kick. Hong Thong Lek again. Big rear kick. Just banging away at the body of Balon. Again, kicking at the arms. And that's clever tactics because Jen knows that Balon's biggest or main weapon is that big left hand off the rear. So what he's doing is kicking at the tricep, kicking at the forearm, breaking that arm down, effectively taking power away from Joey's punches with his shin.
That definitely has been the aim for Jen in this third round, breaking down the arm, but he's looking quite comfortable in centre ring. Balon, he's quite happy in centre ring, to be honest.
He's tough. He'll never give up. Never give up on the stool. Never give up a fight, Joey Balon. He'll fight to the bitter end. And that's why everyone loves the Filipino kid, Joey Balon. Goes orthodox now, switches back, looks for the spinning back fist, clubbing overhand right, all off the mark. Hong Thong Lek having a good time in there. Huge crowd support here at Warriors Way from the Morocco team. They've come in droves. Got the buses parked out the front. Spinning, turning heel kick. Joey Balon, how do you do? Hong Thong Lek dances out of the way. High kick to the head. Turning heel kick. The acrobatics are certainly flying in this third and final round of this Australia-New Zealand battle. Hong Thong Lek fakes. Balon bouncing on the balls of his feet. Still, final moments of the round.
Yeah, the acrobatics are on show here in the third and final round, and the referee brings them on. The fans want to see some action here, and they have for the first 2 rounds. And I think we're going to see great flurry in the final minutes of this fight. Great work there from Balon to the midsection of Jen.
Yeah, just shifting out too. You notice that subtle footwork from Balon, bouncing forward, back, faked a couple of times, shifted to his right and then threw the left kick. Mark of experience from the Kiwi.
The southpaw really pushing in this third and final round, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Jen was comfortable in the first 2 rounds, and he catches his leg there, Balon, and you can see he's a man possessed at this point in time. He needs the knockout for the victory.
He needs a big finish, Joey Balon, that's for sure. And all the team, all the boys from ETK, you know when you're facing someone from ETK, you've got a hard fight on your hands. Jen Hong Thong Lek, though, his experience has certainly told the story in this fight thus far. So cool, so composed under pressure. Just dances out of harm's way.
Not long remaining, but I do believe the man from Moricot Muay Thai Gym in Epping, Jen for Australia, will get the win here.
George Castro and Jason Castro in the corner there, looking quite happy with their charge.
There
it is, third and final round. How did you score it at home? This one's going to the judges. Brave effort from Joey Balon. Jen Hong Thong Lek, all class. What skill. What an absolute pleasure to watch.
Here's some of the highlights here, and a few from Jen working the leg, the outside thigh region of Balon.
Please get a representative from Ladbrokes to the centre of the ring.
Long limbs there of Jen, really working the midsection. He worked every part of Balon.
Just rotating, turning heel kick. They put on a show for the capacity, sold out crowd here at Warriors Way, just losing his footing Balon in an attempt to be a crowd pleaser. Body kick for low kick. What a fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. Your winner via unanimous points decision and equaling the series at 2 fights apiece, red corner, Jen Hong Thong Lek.
Well, there it is, never a doubt, Jen Hong Thong Lek.
Even if the score
2-2, it's going to come down to the main event. Who'll be the victor? Australia versus New Zealand. Big thanks to Matty Lim from Ladbrokes for sponsoring this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following bout is the main event of the evening. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing New Zealand, Sam the Shank Hill.
Again, Sam Hill from City Kickboxing. What a corner he has.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, representing Team Australia, Alexi, the Great Petroulias.
main event of the evening, Alexi Petroulias from the 8 Blades Gym, representing Australia. It's tied 2 apiece. Who will it be after our main event? Will it be Alexi Petroulias? Will it be the Shank, Sam Hill?
Ladies and
what a
gentlemen,
battle
tonight's
ahead.
fight is sanctioned by the WMC under the auspice of the Professional Boxing and Combat Sports Board of Victoria. Your judges at ringside are Bryce Birtwhistle, Mr. Mark Cook and Mr. Shane Byrne. Your doctor is Dr. Chris Barnes. Your timekeeper is Chris Anderson Jr. When they're told, referee in charge in the centre of the ring, Mr. Trevor Lawler. Tonight's fights are brought to you by Gasoline Alley. Go to gasolinealleyhd.com.au. Melbourne, Doncaster Shopping Town Hotel, both warriors have now entered the ring. And this is the main event of the evening. Melbourne, let's bring the noise. It's main event time. 5 by 3 minute rounds, full time rules in the welterweight division. Australia and New Zealand are locked at 2 wins apiece. And this win will find our winner of Australia versus New Zealand. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Doug Varney and Eugene Berryman out of City Kickboxing, with an official weight of 65.95 kilograms. 52 fights, 35 wins, 2 draws. 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of South Auckland in New Zealand, he is the King in the Ring champion. He is Sam the Shank Hill. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, trained by Dom and Superboy out of 8 Blade Warriors, with an official weight of 66.65 kilograms. 51 fights, 31 wins, 2 draws, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Caroline Springs, representing Australia, he is the current WKN Intercontinental Champion, Alexi the Great Petroulias.
Gents, 5-3s, 2 minute break. Okay, listen to my instructions. Any questions? Good luck to both of us. Thank you.
Well, the 2 team captains, it's come down to them. The battle is locked at 2 apiece. And of course, these 2 men representing their respective teams as the team captains.
Round
well,
1.
Who's going to do the job? Who's going to get their team over the line? Will it be the Shank, Sam Hill out of City Kickboxing in Auckland, or will it be Alexi Petroulias from 8 Blades Gym? He'll be a father for the 2nd time, Alexi. Absolute machine. And just while we're at it, if you're looking to do if you're in Melbourne and you're out in the West Caroline Springs way, and you're looking to do any personal training, Alexi's actually opened himself up to help you. So check out his social media, Alexi Petroulias, or Alexi the Great, and hit him up. Get some PTs there with the great man in centre ring. What we're seeing here, Jordan, is Sam Hill is looking to me a little bit nervy for this one. Big occasion for Sam, and being main event. And, again, he's been on Warriors Way a few times with mixed results. Alexi Petroulias also has been a crowd favourite and a main event regular on Warriors Way. He's looking very comfortable for mine, and he loves it. He has had some great wins. He's had some epic battles and some mixed results too, but some big wins. So Alexi loves it fighting in this arena, and it might come down to who's more composed and who's more comfortable. This bout will be 5 by 3 minute rounds, being the main event. We're going to extend it out a little and give the folks at home and everyone watching a little bit more action, a little bit more bang for their buck.
Yeah, Sam hasn't he seemed a little gun shy early and really hasn't unloaded or done too much, but he's just assessing his opponent and really needs to lift it. Otherwise, you'll find that Alexi Petroulias will put the foot on the throttle and maybe good night early. But both in centering at the moment. Sam Hill's a former King in the Ring champion, or current King in the Ring champion, at 66 kilograms in the welterweight division, and he's coming out of City Kickboxing in Mount Eden, Auckland, New Zealand.
Well, let me just mention a little bit about the King in the Ring. They're big tournaments, big tournaments in New Zealand. They're on mainstream TV. They're 8-man eliminators. So to be a King in the Ring champion, you've got to fight 4 times in the night, and you've got to get through a barrage of opponents to get the big belt. So guys like the Shank, Sam Hill in the blue shorts, he's won one of those tournaments. Joey Balon in our previous battle, of course, has won one. Nicora Lee King recently taken out a King in the Ring 8-man challenge as well. So that's testament to the endurance, the heart, and the skill of these fighters. For you guys at home watching, you know, you might see them fight here, but trust me, they're well credentialed, and especially from New Zealand, they're well respected.
Sam Hill also fights a lot over on the K1 scene over in Japan, but look at Petroulias early. He's finding a mark and finding a target for that right hand, and also working downstairs of Sam the Shank Hill. Not long remaining in this first round of a 5-round contest. The main event, it's a golden goal situation in this main event. Whoever wins, Australia and New Zealand will take it.
Well, a pretty even first round, perhaps just Alexi.
Number 1.
I feel that Sam was just a little bit shy in pulling the trigger. Sam Hill's at his best when he's on the front foot and throwing leather. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So I hope he gets his groove and I hope he gets busier. Alexi, he can mix it up forward. Fight counter. He's got great dimension in any fight mode.
Great right hand there from Hill to a bit of better first round action. Round number 2 here of this main event, 2 of a 5-round contest. Hill now letting his hands go and going to work downstairs on Alexi Petroulias, the WKN Intercontinental Champion.
And I'll just correct myself earlier. I said King of the Ring 4 fights. Indeed, it's 3. So, yeah, there's 8 man and 3 fights to get to the final. So they've got to fight 3 times in a night to get the belt and be victorious, of course, after the final fight. Once again, Sam Hill, as I said, he's at his best when he's aggressive and he's on the front foot. I hope he doesn't overthink it. You know, as they say, you know, paralysis by analysis. Don't overthink it. You know, just get in there and throw the technique, throw the combinations. The punch you think is going to catch your opponent is never the one that knocks them down. It's when you throw the combinations and you're in the middle of a 3 or 4 punch combination, one of those punches will land, and it's generally not the one you're planning for. So keep the work rate up, keep the combinations flowing, and keep busy is going to be the order of the day for Sam Hill. In turn, Alexi, as I said, he can mix it up at any level. Look at him, he's forward. Oh, and just sends Hill down. Bit of a slip. Trevor Lawler calls it a slip.
Alexi the Great in the first round for me took it unofficially 10-9, and he's continuing his great work in the second round. A slip there for Sam Hill, the nickname Shank, and both fighters are in centering, really keeping his hands up high. Alexi Petroulias, the man from Australia.
Well, nice. That was pretty much almost a bit of a takedown there from Alexi, of sorts. Just looking, he's on his A game tonight. Petroulias, that's for sure. Team captain for Australia, Alexi Petroulias in the red shorts. Sam the Shank Hill representing New Zealand in the blue.
He's reading the play well, Petroulias. Everything that Hill throws, he comes back with something.
He does. He's reading it very well. Got his guard. I'd like to see that lead hand up a little bit more. Sam Hill just losing his footing a little bit.
There's blood coming out the left nostril of Sam Hill.
Yeah, and it's his confidence. Hopefully his confidence is not getting rattled too much, Sam Hill.
Elbow moments ago there from Petroulias.
But it's going to be the breaks that will hopefully lift Sam Hill. He's got what a great corner there with Eugene, Doug Viney, in the corner there. Those guys, getting UFC gold, the experience, is second to none in New Zealand. So, Sam Hill really has to take confidence in the guys around him and just believe in himself, because as I said, when he's going forward, he's definitely at his best. Baby
Nansson got the W for City Kickboxing. Will it be Sam Hill? Well, he's got a lot of work to do, considering for me he's behind on the scorecards, 2-0 heading into the last few seconds of the second round.
Yeah, Mike Angove, of course, in the corner as well, and geez, what a fight brain he is. So
that is in of round number 2. Warriors Weight 24. Where Warriors Weight 25. Ramesh Headhunter Habib will be on the card. The Lion Fight World Champion.
Alexi, just iron resolve and looks more confident as the rounds go on.
And the Australian Muay Thai Awards are returning to Melbourne February 1st, 2020. For inquiries, call 9878 9266.
Slip there, a little bit of a slip there from the Shank. And a few highlights, a few flurries from Petroulias, but Sam Hill coming forward in this round, but a lot of them didn't find the target on Petroulias.
Yeah, Petroulias just good evasion.
Round 3.
And a big thank you once again to the major sponsor, Gasoline Alley. And if you're in the market for any Harley Davidson merchandise, you want to get yourself a Harley t-shirt or get an early Christmas gift, check out the Gasoline Alley website. You can order anything online there, Harley Davidson branded. So if you've got a family member or a friend you want to get a gift for, get yourself something nice, why not? Check out the Gasoline Alley website and pick up some of the beautiful merchandise they have there as well.
Both fighters were in the clinch moments ago, and a nice right knee to the midsection from Petroulias, and now he's working the leg, backpedaling towards the neutral corner.
Petroulias will fight this fight on his terms, unless Sam Hill really throws caution to the wind and absolutely goes bombing. Just hooking up, trying for a close elbow on the inside. The shank, turning elbow attempt, but Alexi just locks him up, puts the head right on the shoulder and gives Shank no leverage at all to spin.
Fighters in centre ring here. Nice inside leg kick there from Petroulias, then comes up top with another kick to the shoulder region and goes to the midsection with a left kick there, Petroulias.
Petroulias trying to get that rear elbow through the guard of Sam Hill and plant it smack bang on the kisser. Try and reposition the nose of Sam Hill, is Alexi Petroulias. But Petroulias again in with the elbows. Sam Hill tight guard, keeping those blue gloves absolutely plastered to the side of his head.
He's thrown a couple of elbows, Petroulias, and now he's keeping his opponent at a distance. Beautiful jab there, and then works the outside thigh region of Sam Hill, the shank, and the man from Mount Eden, Auckland, has all to do here because in this round, the first half of the round, he is losing.
Yeah, well, he's got his mouth open. He's trying to land that right hand. He's throwing ones and twos. He wants to be doing threes and fours. I like to see more pressure, more confidence from Sam Hill. He doesn't seem to be backing himself enough tonight. Push kick from Petroulias, well done. And we've seen some great displays of that push kick tonight from many of our fights. Good skills all round. Warriors Way 24 has delivered for you guys sitting at home watching this one. The shank once again pushing forward. Petroulias, good control of the ring, gets back to the centre, tries for the inside thigh kick. The shank given no opportunity to break range and let those hands flurry and fly.
Sam Hill seeming a little bit one-dimensional in the face of Petroulias. That's where Petroulias is landing. He needs to move a little bit, create angles, but so far tonight hasn't done that.
I think if I'm looking at technical level of both these fighters, clinch game, I would go the way of Petroulias. Elbows, definitely Alexi likes to get in and throw the elbows. Punching or boxing, I'd say I might lean slightly the way of Sam Hill. And the kicking's pretty even, although Alexi is busier. He's fitter. He's just wanting it more here tonight, showing greater dimension of skill with the inside-outside thigh, bringing the push kick into play as well to control distance. So when it comes down to it,
that is in the round number 3 of main event, brought to you
really not employing
by Gasoline Alley.
These have been the highlights from round number 3. Hill working the legs there, but majority of this round was the third round for Petroulias. An elbow there from Sam Hill, nice elbow. Then the push kick to create a little bit of distance between him and his opponent for Petroulias.
Yeah, the elbow attempts from Sam Hill definitely were worthy. They were just off bar. They just needed to roll off, but Alexi did have his lead hand up and blocked the rotation nicely.
Round 4.
Heading towards the back end of this fight, round number 4 of 5. And Sam Hill coming forward, but just a little bit too one-dimensional for me in the neutral corner. Petroulias tries to land a digging elbow, but Sam Hill letting his hands go a little bit more. He's probably behind on the scorecards for me, 3 rounds to 0. So what he needs is to win the next 2 rounds and maybe a knockdown or a knockout.
Yeah, Sam really needs something special in the latter stages of this fight. And you know what? He is well capable of doing that. Just needs to war a little bit more, bring the heat a little bit more. The shank, nice turning elbow from Petroulias. Give him a millimetre and he'll thread that elbow through the guard of Hill and place it on the face of the shank. Petroulias loves the elbow play, loves to get in close and, has no fear, absolutely. Alexi Petroulias chopping low. One of the most experienced Thai fighters definitely in Victoria, indeed Australia today, Alexi Petroulias. And probably someone who hasn't been given his props. I'd like to see Alexi get some more great opportunities. He's fought them all. He will say no. He will back down from no man. He will say no to no challenge. Or they'll say yes to every fight that's put in front of him, Alexi Petroulias. And fights on all hard. Alexi the Great
Definitely loves to carve the head of his opponents with elbows, but look at the tricks in his cabinet here tonight. Another elbow there did not land on Sam Hill. Now Sam Hill coming forward, but it's just one-way traffic, just in straight lines. He works the inside of the leg there, Sam Hill, but Petroulias is really aware tonight and smart in his IQ.
Well, they've certainly done their homework on Sam Hill. Alexi Petroulias just has having great defensive zone and creating a vast array of technique, not being one-dimensional tonight, just not walking onto punches. Sometimes Alexi gets a little bit over-eager and just marches forward. You know, he gets frustrated and just tries to march his opponents down constantly. But tonight he's showing great, counter-fighting, great offensive fighting. He's putting it all together beautifully.
Warriors Way 24 on Fox Sports. It's Jordan Ballerini here, and I was calling the action with Mark the Hammer Castanini, Muay Thai legend, and what a fight we've got on our hands.
Yeah, Jordan, well, it's been a great card to call, and absolutely stoked for every fighter on this show. They've all done themselves and their respective gyms proud, and a great night of Muay Thai action was represented well on Fox Sports. For the uninitiated, we hope you've enjoyed it as we are ticking down to the final rounds of our main event. The Shank Sam Hill blue shorts, Alexi the Great Petroulias just pushing forward and almost dominating now at this point for Team Australia. It's what we needed. The Aussie team needed a big finish, and Alexi certainly delivered that. Big thanks also to Luxury Auto, Ange and the crew, CCM Insurance, all the great sponsors, Cafe Oji, Hunky Dory, all the great sponsors that have made this
once
event
again
possible.
to our sponsors, Hunky Dory
Some of the highlights here, Hammer.
in Burwood East, Luxury Auto Body, Ladbrokes, big thanks to Guy and Matty Lim, Edon Electrical, Block Constructions, Hammers Gym, Revolt Bike Gears, CCM Insurance, My Nutrition Pantry, Lover on Top,
Putting you right into fight, putting you right
Force
into the heat, right
Supplies,
into action.
Australian Muay Thai
You've seen it all.
Awards
Great,
return 1st of
great
February
production.
next year. Come on, Melbourne, please get behind these two fighters. Let's make some noise in the house. This is the 5th and final round.
Here it is, it all comes down to this, the 5th round of this main event. Petroulias in the red trunks, and in the blue trunks you got the traveller from New Zealand in Sam Hill. He's coming forward all night, but just really in the face, in the hitting target for Alexi Petroulias.
Definitely have a look at that. The capacity crowd have stayed to the bitter end. We've had a stacked card, 15 fights. Warriors Way action all the way. And check out the Warriors Way website. Next event will be 2020, April 4th, 4th of the 4th, 2020. Made it nice and easy for everyone to remember. It's going to be another barn burner, Warriors Way. It'll be right here back on Fox Sports. But not to get too far ahead of ourselves, the final round of our main event, of our main card, Australia versus New Zealand. It's all down to this. Who will take the win? Will it be the Aussies or will it be the Kiwis? They've battled valiantly the whole way. Alexi Petroulias, team captain extraordinaire, is certainly keeping the pressure on, keeping the work rate up. Body kicks, head kicks, showing it all. Petroulias in the red gloves, red shorts. The Shank, all heart, all day from New Zealand, City Kickboxing, Smack Gym in New Zealand. The Shank, a veteran of the sport, has certainly done himself and his camp proud. Always fights with a lot of heart. But I think tonight he may come up a little bit short unless he gets a count on Petroulias in this round. Petroulias just having the superior work rate, Jordan.
Yeah, he's lighting up Sam Hill in the 5th round. This is definitely one of Petroulias' better rounds. Even though all his rounds have been quality, this is definitely one of the best ones. But Sam Hill, he needs a knockout, like you said, to get the victory. But I think he's going to come up short. You look at Petroulias, and he's really smart, and he's worked tight defensively. But you never know in kickboxing. You're only one punch or one kick away from disaster.
There can be a knee and elbow. Anything can create havoc. Indeed, we've seen many fights stopped via cuts, spinning elbow. One comes to mind of Indigo Boyd and Ramesh Habib. Ramesh was having quite a good night in centre ring till Indigo spun and the elbow sliced the head of Ramesh. Unfortunate night for him, but as I said, Ramesh come back, new world blind fight world champion. The sport is made up of diversity, and anything can happen in any moment. Muay Thai, you're seeing it right here. Stand up and fight, as they say, and definitely Alexi Petroulias is doing it.
Yeah, in cruise
Through
control.
he goes with the elbow, putting the elbow through. Final moments. We're down to the last 30 seconds of the last round. Shank's trying to find something, trying to create something. The big finisher. Alexi giving him absolutely nothing. moving off centre line, throwing when he has to, preserving when he can.
He's in cruise control at the moment, Petroulias, and he's done it throughout the 5 rounds. 15 seconds remaining. What Sam Hill needs is a real big knockout situation, but he won't get it. Petroulias looks like he'll go for another 5 rounds.
Sam Hill needs to throw caution to the wind. 10 seconds down. Sam Hill, can he pull something out of the bag? Alexi dances out of harm's way. Spinning back for Sam Hill.
There it is. Fight, ladies and
it is all
Alexi
over in our main event of the evening. What a class act. Alexi Petroulias, all heart.
Representatives from our wonderful sponsors.
This one's going to go to the judges for mine or for ours. Petroulias has had the solid work rate. The Shank just didn't get into overdrive tonight, unfortunately for him. I know he's capable of so much more, but Alexi just didn't give him the opportunity to show that tonight.
He did get out of second gear. We'll look at some of the highlights here in Australia. For me, has done it 3 wins to 2. But look at that spinning back elbow there from Alexi Petroulias, the great. Not Alexander the Great, Alexi.
Alexi the Great. And that'll go to the judges. We hope wherever you've watched this event from, you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Alexi jumping downward elbow. Let's go now for the winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous points decision. Your winner, and taking his country to 3 wins to 2. Red corner, Alexi, the Great Petroulias.
Well, never a doubt. The Aussies get the win and the hardware. Alexi the Great gets us over the line. Well done, Team Australia, and well done, Commiserations, Team New Zealand. Warriors Way, what an event. Another big one, number 24, 25 will be back
Ladies
in
and gentlemen,
2020.
on behalf of Mark the Hammer Castellini and the entire team, we thank you so much for coming up to Warriors Way 24. My name is Justinta McCauley. Until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you right back here in the Warriors Way ring. Good night.